You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Glitched out because I am on here right now liking and sharing the video so everybody can join us. But
everything is wrong. Except for us, we're always right. That's the motto of this show. Or it might not be. This is my second time here. So.
This has been a fun day. As you see, we had a couple of small, tiny shipping hiccups.
That's fine.
Because everything is fine.
Yeah, that's how it normally is. During winter.
During winter. Yes, so there is a lot of freezes and stuff still going on around the country. I know that we don't look at it, but it's because it's like almost 70s. It's in the 70s here.
Yeah, but like last week it was in the 30s and it's like, and like some stuff is like, hey, there might be a freeze.
I am not about that weather of 30 degrees outside. I am all about... Edward, we promised never to discuss that again. Why would you hurt me like that? So for anybody, so one of our other shows, Kyle did a show last night called Hot Takes. And one of the things he brought up was MCU movies versus the comics. And we started talking about Civil War.
Hello.
Hey, fella. We started talking about Civil War. And Civil War, oh my gosh, it gets me bloody well just.
Well, I mean, you entertained Edward, which is what we're here to do. It's our main goal with every show. As long as Edward's entertained, it's totally fine.
I didn't know we were live on air. So we're 30 minutes straight. I just went on this like tangent about forget this. It was the funniest thing I've witnessed in so, and I didn't know because you can call in on that show.
Oh.
You can call in on that show and talk live on air. And I didn't know that my roommate had called in. All I heard from outside, because I was outside taking the dogs out, and I come in, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I finally watched the Civil War movie, and I have to say I wasn't a big fan of it," and I let loose. And then he turns to me after like a good minute, and he's like, "Oh, I called in. We're live on air." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to stop." So, yes, welcome to everybody. He read Civil War finally. That's what it was. Sorry, now I have finished doing all the likes and shares. So yeah, make sure you check out our other shows because sometimes there's moments that we no longer speak about at a weird. It's very colorful language.
Oh. So like blue and purple and
I'm pretty sure I said red a bunch of times.
Red. Yeah, that's a good color.
So we had some hiccups. We didn't get our Diamond is supposed to be coming in tomorrow, and most of our DC books are also coming in tomorrow. I feel like this will be happening probably around the country, so please be patient with your LCS and other people in the area.
We're trying our best. The thing that we're not doing is getting into a truck ourselves.
Or you signing. Yes. So Philip is actually deaf.
Okay.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
I don't remember enough sign language to... I know some.
Yeah.
But... End of discussion.
Okay, so how about you go first?
Okay. I'll start with this.
He said, "Good job."
Thank you. I remember that one. Okay, so we don't normally do trades, but Ghost Rider. Yeah, from Marvel. This is Ghost Rider 2022. It's issues 1 through 5. I've never read Ghost Rider before. I've seen one of the movies. Were there 2 movies?
I think there were 3.
Oh. I've seen one of the movies.
There was 2 Nicolas Cage movies, and then there was something else. Oh, he was on a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Was it Nicolas Cage?
No.
Oh, well then.
It was the other dude with the car instead of the motorcycle.
Oh, like it wasn't. Okay, I see what you mean.
And then in the second one, Sam Elliott was the one on the horse. He was the old Western Ghost Rider.
Didn't that happen in the first movie? You know what?
Was that the first one or the second one?
It was ages ago. You might want to click down to.
Oh no, are things 2?
There we go.
Robbie Race, thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed a comment though. Hold on, you keep talking. I will look.
Okay, so I've never read Ghost Rider, but this actually seems like a good starting point. It was a fun read. All of the demon art was really cool. I like disturbing art though, so of course I liked it. And did you want to say something or you good? Okay, and it's Johnny Blaze. He's in this world and everything's perfect. He's got a wife, 2 kids, a dog. Everything's great.
2.5 kids. White picket fence.
Yeah, and everything's great, but maybe it's too great. Maybe it's too perfect. And maybe all the things that he's seeing are actually real.
They're rude.
Yeah, so basically, Spirit of Vengeance is not only trapped inside Johnny Blaze, it's also just being trapped. So demons are running amok in the actual world.
Amok.
Yes.
Amok.
Yes. So he's actually trapped, and demons are running amok, and he finally gets released, and now he has to take vengeance.
Name that.
And I know it's Hocus Pocus.
No, them.
Oh. Well, you looked directly at me.
No, sorry. It's just like name that.
Hey, here's this trivia question for you. But yeah, and it's really great. And in one of the issues, for anyone that's watched It's Always Sunny, and there's that scene where it's like, would you like an egg during this trying time? They do that. They don't say that exactly, but it's like, would you like an egg? And it's clearly a stressful time for Johnny. And it's like, did you just Always Sunny me? But yeah, this is a really great read. I think it's a great starting point if you've never read Ghost Rider before. You can just jump into it. It's good. And the art is fantastic.
Is it like on the back or the front, like the art style on the back?
I feel like this is pretty close.
Okay,
But,
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't really show any today, but
yeah,
because technically it releases in the morning.
the trade does. But
Yeah.
obviously you can go back and look through or find issues 1 through 5. Just check it out.
I guess it's my turn.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna read the next thing. It's like this was Ghost Rider Unchained, and I think the next one is The Exorcism of Johnny Blaze or The Exorcism of Ghost Rider. I wrote it down. Exorcism of Johnny Blaze. That's the next one. I'm definitely reading that. It's really good.
Come on.
Now, come on.
That's all I can think about now. Like just stab it.
Would you like an egg during this trying time?
Okay, next let's do House of L. So this is actually book 3. I feel lied to. It says volume 1 on the side, but then it says book 3 on the front.
Didn't this happen last week?
It did! It happens to me every week. I don't know how this always happens to me. Love the Halloween show.
Oh, thank you.
She does have awesome shows. Yeah.
Almost said it was a Halloween present. It was a Christmas present.
Which I guess Halloween presents are the best Christmas presents.
For me.
You can't kill the boogeyman. That's what it says. I don't know why, but this whole time I thought it said you can kill the boogeyman. I was like, no, you can't. That's a lie.
You can attempt it.
You can attempt to, but as we have seen in that movie, yeah, no, you can't. Ghost Rider trades for 5? No. 18.
Yeah.
But this is not a sales show today. We are just reading and showing off today. So this was House of L, book 3, and it is 17. But, okay, so in this one, it's technically book 3. I feel so lied to. Okay, so as we know from the other two, that Krypton's dying. Is dying. But these two right here, which is Sarah and Zahn, have been kind of investigating like all the things that are like going on, and they accidentally stumble upon the recording that I think like Jor-El and what's her name? Is it Laura? I think it's Laura. Made the recording for their son Kal-El, who's not born yet. He's still in. The mom is Tammy. And was all like, yeah, the things. The shows are real, yes. So they were like, oh my God, why is the planet exploding in this thing? And it was a simulation that Jor-El had come up with to, like, make this message for Kal-El when he gets to Earth. Just be like, we're so sorry we can't be with you. Everything's dead. Sorry. We love you. You're just like, oh my gosh. This is literally a last message from two parents to their kid. And nobody else on the entire planet knows that the earthquakes that are going on is literally the planet's like core being dead and just like leaking out.
That's a problem.
It's just a little bit of a problem. There's going to be no more planet. Yeah.
There's plenty of others.
Not when you don't know to get off the planet. And at the same time, General Zod is trying to do like a takeover because like, I can save my people is what his thing is. And then his other thing is like the trajections, the ideas of the math people are wrong. Scientists are wrong. We can last for decades and save our people. And Jor-El is just like, yeah, bro, we got like days, maybe a week at most. And he's like, you're a traitor. And they're just like, okay, go off, whatever. We'll just go save our son. And so the two of them, they make the kissy face at each other without actually doing anything. But like, dude, like at one point while reading this book, I was like, can y'all just kiss? Can you just smush your faces together? Which is, I totally understand why they didn't, because this is technically for young adults. Also good for adults if you want to get some backstory about what was going on before, Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman's even born did. So this wraps it up. It's the end. It's the last book of the series. And by the way, the what they call the big one of the earthquakes is right when she goes into labor. And this whole time, oh my God. This whole time, Alfie, guys, this whole time, they're just like, Slipknot, yes, this is live. Just like, but why though? Why? None of the hospitals will take her in because these other earthquakes were going on and they have to take care of them. And then they find one place, they're like, oh, you've got room, please, like, let me have my baby there. And they're like, we are not here for natural babies. There's a reason why we have a machine to do babies. We're not helping you. You're just like
a machine that makes babies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they take the parts from the mom and the dad, and then the machine does all the baby work, and then they hand you a baby, and you're like, cool, a baby. No. Kal-El's parents were like, we're gonna do this.
A birthquake. Nice.
A birthquake.
Nice.
But Kal-El's parents are all like, we want to have a natural baby the natural way, and everybody else on the planet is like, ew.
Ew, icky.
Ew.
Gross.
Ew. Like, why would you want to do that? Like,
back in
how much that see she's still alive?
Medical school said that having a baby was just clean and fine and sterile.
Apparently. And like, then she has the baby, and she's like, I want to hold my baby, and he's like, hold on, I gotta clean him off. And they're like, clean him off, because a natural born baby hasn't happened in centuries, and so they're just like, clean him off. And then also, one of the things Jor-El says to her, he's like, I watched a video on natural birth a while back. And she's like, I know you think that's helping, but it is not. And so they're just standing around this, like, oh my God.
I was actually really just thinking, like, man, I could imagine, like, trying to look up a YouTube video to be like, how do I do this? Okay, I think I've got it.
Yeah, that's pretty much
and
what
then
happened.
Just being like, ew, icky. I don't want to. Because half the thing is gross.
But like these two are there next to her, and her husband's there, and she's giving the first live natural birth in centuries, and they're just like, okay, so what do we do? And he's like, I think the video said push. And they were like, push what? Push what? Do we push her belly? And she's like, I got this. She's just like, shut up, I got this. And she's just like, has a baby.
The natural way. With a YouTube video.
It was, Alfie's getting a lot of love for that shirt.
Yeah,
Truth,
thank
right?
you.
But like, oh my God. I pray that's not the future of Earth.
Well, I think it's a similar thing in Brave New World. I mean, they don't have the natural birth. I think like they're all done by machine, and it's just like this is how it is.
Yeah.
It's just
baby. Oh, I'm raising my clean baby.
Yeah, it's a baby.
She's just like, what? Sounds like a messed up junior high sex ed class. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyways, so they're trying to find a way to get off the planet, and they see the ship that they're sending off Kal-El in, and they're like, oh, that could fit 2 adults. But then, like, the dude, she gets put in jail because she's considered a traitor since she was working for Zod, but she didn't know Zod was trying to do the, like, takeover thing. But anyways, they're all going to be sent to the Phantom Zone. And then he's like, I need to get her out of
Danny
prison.
Phantom? They get to meet Danny Phantom.
That'd be so cool, but the Phantom Zone is much worse here.
Oh.
Not just demons, but like all the prisoners are just let loose on the planet.
Oh, that sounds lame.
Yeah, it is. Gonna catch him all because he's Danny Phantom. Damn it, Alfie.
You're welcome.
So yeah, that is all in this one little book. Come story, crash into Earth, boom. Earthquake, birthquake.
It's like Baby Teeth, but with Superman.
Yeah.
Family. Family. Except that's the only way it's like Baby Teeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like, oh my gosh.
I'm gonna pick this one.
Wait, did I get it right? Look, I got our names right for once.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that, but I figured I just wouldn't give you the satisfaction.
I put our nicknames up and I got them in the right position this time. Yay.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, this is also a Kickstarter that Miss Jen backed. So.
Okay. So, Nightwolf. There's a Nightwolf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Nightwolf, which is from Lone Wolf Comics, which is a Kickstarter book. It's very cool. So in this book, there's like 2 types of werewolves. There's like kind of like the purebreds, and then there's like the
made ones.
Well, no, like you know how you have a purebred dog?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, they have that, but then they also have like a mutt, for lack of a better
Oh,
term.
okay.
Yeah, so they have that, and like this kid, he's his name's Rod. This one, and he's turning 18, and
Rude.
Yeah, and he's starting to have these weird dreams, and there's like these demons who are like, dude, I think there's a werewolf that's coming of age. I think it's happening. And they're like, oh, well, like, what type is it? Like, which one? And they're like, can't tell.
It's a werewolf, guys. Like, werewolf gonna eat peoples, I think.
You know, can't tell. We have to send some demons out there to suss him out, see what type he is. And the demons are, like, trying to, like, one of them is specifically, her name's Janelle, I think. Which, looking at her, I could only see Janelle from Teen Mom. It's not that she specifically looks like her, but she's got dark hair and light eyes, and it's like, oh, Janelle. Okay, I'll remember this one. But so she's like trying to get him, like, seduce him, and he's like, dude, I'm taken.
Wow.
So absolutely not. Which the demons back at home base, which is I think in the Appalachian Mountains. If I remember reading that correctly, they're like, they see through the other demon's eyes, and one of them is like, wait, is that so-and-so reincarnated? Or like, is that so-and-so? Like, is she back? Which would be his girlfriend.
Oh, Lord.
So it seems like there's going to be like some weird stuff that's going on. And these demons that are trying to suss him out and figure out like, hey, what's going on with this dude? They're also causing issues in the town itself.
Rude.
Yeah. Looks fun.
Looks fun.
Yeah. No,
Demons trying to suss out a werewolf with a maybe reincarnated leader.
Well, not a leader. I think that she might just be like the love of his life type reincarnation.
Oh, they just keep finding each other.
Yeah, except I don't think she necessarily wants to be found by the demon. I think she's perfectly happy with the werewolf kid.
Oh, okay.
Because they seem like
the way he looks doesn't even look like a kid.
Well, he's 18. He's a man now. But I mean, it could also be based on like how, you know how like in a lot of horror movies and stuff, it's like the high schoolers look like they're in their 30s.
Which comic? This is called Wolf Night.
Night Wolf.
Night Wolf. I'm wrong.
So Night Wolf. Yeah. Here's a closer. Night Wolf. Okay. But yeah, and this is a Kickstarter comic. I really enjoy it.
Stuff.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. It's pretty cool. I will probably end up reading the next one. I am curious as to where they're going to take this. Like, how many supernatural beings are there going to be involved? Appalachian Mountains?
I know. Like, I'm just like...
It really makes me think, did I read that correctly? But yeah, it looks really cool.
It's much better than... So I read one time, I can't remember what book it was that was based in the Appalachian Mountains. And my brain kept reading Avalanche Mountains. So I was like, I wonder if they made up some mountains. And like, Jen had read it too. And I was like, oh yeah, they're up in Avalanche Mountains. And she just like looks at me like, what? I was like, Avalanche Mountains. And she's like, you mean
Appalachian?
Appalachian? I was like, oh, that's a P, not a V.
Yeah. No, the Apple Chain Mountains.
The Apple Gang. All right, so I got to reread. This is Batman Spawn. Second prints are finally out. So a lot of people missed the first prints. I know ours didn't come in until later, but the second print is out. And I got to read it again. And it is bloody well fantastic. So Batman and Spawn here both lost somebody on the same day at the same time. You know, as with the lore goes, Spawn lost his wife and Batman lost his parents. Same day, same time. You swore it wasn't an F, Jenna? You know what? You can't say anything until you learn how to spell my name. But yeah. So, oh gosh. Hold on. I'm looking at the wrong notes. I'm sorry. There it is. And also, I am so sick and tired of the Court of Owls spawning off little miniature Court of Owls trying to make troubles. Okay? That is highly rude. Okay, stop it. Stop it, Court of Owls. Stop it. Rude. That's not my name. And so it's just, oh my gosh. So the Court of Owls is getting together with all of this. The Joker at one point rips off his face that he had just stapled back on and is all like, hey, Spawny Boo, we have something in common. We have messed up faces. And he just like tears off his skin. I'm like, yo, those staples probably hurt more than you trying just like you just stapled your face back on. Stop ripping it off.
I think it depends on the type of staple.
It was a regular staple, like an office staples.
Oh, because I was gonna say, well, if it's a staple gun, then it was just quick.
Oh no!
But if
he just opens it, just
oh yeah, that
would, and I'm like, dude,
that'd be a little painful.
But it's the Joker, and the Joker can't stand the Court of Owls either. So Spawn and Batman have to come to the Joker to get information about what the Court of Owls are doing, and he's like, I'm so sick and tired of the Court of Owls. Let's take him down, and then I'm gonna murder you. And they're like, wait, what? And he's like, let's take him down. And then he gives them the info on where the Court of Owls are. But at first, at the beginning of the book, Spawn actually thought Batman had stolen his wife's soul. And that's why he was there, to just beat Batman up. And then it was epic. Like at one point, they stop and talk just for a second, and there's just like blood dripping down Batman's whole face and like everything. And he's like, they're using you. And he's like, come here, boy, let's fight. You're just like, oh my God. It was very bloody, which I kind of enjoyed. I feel like every once in a while Batman needs to quit his place. because he's got all of these like backup plans to take out everybody, like the Justice League, all the bad guys and stuff like that, right? But like, there's no way to really take him out ever. So it was really cool to see Spawn just being like, "I'm gonna beat you," and just starts like beating him. I was like, "Oh, Batman, that's what you get for being, so uppity sometimes."
I mean, I'm definitely gonna read this at some point.
It's good.
I'm just imagining though that like Spawn is freaking out because he's like, "You have my wife's soul," and Batman's just sitting at his computer like, "What? How'd you get in here?"
No, he's fighting somebody in the alleyway.
I have no use for a soul. Who do you think I am?
And it's so weird. At one point, Spawn's just like, "You're human? What do you need my wife's soul for? Give it back." And he's like, "I don't have your wife's soul. I don't have any souls. I am a human dressed like a bat fighting people. What am I supposed to do with a soul from another world?"
These are bat ears, not devil horns. All right?
Which is what he called it. He was like, "You beast devil." And Batman's just like, "Wait, what? Why am I getting beat by this thing? Like, what happened here?"
I'm just imagining Spawn too, just pointing around his cave, like, "Look at all these demonic symbols." And he points, and it's like, Batman's just like, "Dude, that's not a giant pentagram. That's a giant penny." Man, we gotta stop.
We gotta like chill though. Chill, bro. It's like, "Look at your beast demon. That's a T-Rex that I defeated."
And look at this man here, your servant, the servant from hell. You mean
Alfred?
You mean Alfred? He's my butler. He's been with me
I
since I was a
trust
kid."
him with everything. And then he like takes off the mask. And then what was funny was so Spawn took off his mask and his human face, right? And then he's like, "Oh yeah, the people that we have to fight, we need to have our powers. Otherwise they turn you into monsters." And it's just like his stapled up, like messed up face. And I'm like, chill, bro. My dude. Bro, chill. Bruh.
That sounds fun.
So yeah, it's actually, I can't wait for more of this series. I'm super enjoying it.
That sounds fun. I'm digging it.
Like that moment I burst out super loud laughing just because in that book, it shouldn't have been funny. It should have been super serious, but I just like, oh my God.
Nice.
Outrageous.
This
was
is
so
not a
good.
torture device. It's a giant penny, dude.
It's a giant penny. All right, your turn.
Okay. So, and this is the last physical one that I personally read. So this is Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants.
I made that mistake last week.
So
I'm excited about this one.
yeah, no, I really enjoyed this. So obviously, I don't know if you're aware, it's about Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and let me look at my notes real quick.
Oh no.
So it opens with a war.
As always.
Yeah. And,
As what's tradition.
okay, I'm not certain if I'm pronouncing this correct, but Arakko? It's Arakko. It's their like planet that they were living on. Yeah, that's destroyed. Thanks.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, thanks, Sinister. Thanks.
Bad Moon from 1996, I think is
I
pretty
don't know.
underrated. Okay, we need to make a note. There's a German Shepherd named Thor who protects his family from it. Ooh. Write that down, please.
It's important. Hold on.
What is it called?
Bad Moon.
Bad Moon from 1996. All right. We got some homework.
1996. All right, cool. Okay, back to Storm. So yeah. So because of Sinister, Arakko, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, planet's gone, and the mutants that were living on that planet, they're kind of spread out.
Okay.
But Storm has the Brotherhood of Mutants, which specifically in this comic, it's Storm, Cable, Cora, WizKid, Ironfire, Quick, and it's guest starring Mystique.
I love Mystique.
She's great, but
She's crazy.
yeah,
Okay.
and she's like, "Hey, there's a way to get Arakko back. You just have to go to you just have to destroy the clones of Moira McTaggart, and then you guys will go back in time. It's not a guaranteed fix, but you could try again."
Hey, do some mass murder of a bunch of clones and you may go back in time, or you'll be known as serial killers.
Well, no, they're clones. It doesn't count. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But the thing is that is Mystique legitimately trying to help, or does she have her own agenda?
Both. Because
Or
she
is it
helps
only
them, they get out of her way to do whatever she wants.
You're assuming that she's actually helping them.
Good call.
Yeah. But, yeah, so it looks very interesting. Like, bad stuff. Interesting stuff. And it's got Storm and Mystique, so I'm absolutely down.
For sure. Is this a good, like, starting off point? It is a number one, but sometimes, like, number ones come after, like, other stories.
It looks like there's other stories involved, but, I mean, it looks like it's going to be the whole Sins of Sinister arc type of thing. But it does, in the back of this, it has, like, all the comics that you need to read for year 10, and then the ones for year 100, and then the ones for year 1000. Because there is time travel.
Which I'm super excited. They've been showing in all the other Marvel books the number 2 where Storm looks like an old granny and she's knitting. So I'm just like, I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, this could be part.
It looks interesting, so I'll get up.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely down. And I said this on the previous show, but I haven't really read much Marvel or DC. I've mainly stuck to indie horror. So if I'm saying that I was understanding and following along with the story just fine, if you haven't jumped into this yet, then it's totally fine. You'll understand it.
Okay. All right. So next on mine was the Season of the Bruja. Season of the Bruja. This is volume 1. It doesn't say volume 1 because I think they're trying to set up like more. I think there's going to be another one. I'm not sure. But it felt like a pretty, like, solid story, and it did leave off where I was like, where is more?
Where's my story going?
Okay, so there's a lot going on in this. Season of the Bruja. So, how do I start this? A Bruja, a were-coyote, and a chupacabra walk into a bar.
Which, if you don't know what Bruja is, I believe that's witch.
Yes, it is. It is a South American type witch.
I think it's just straight up Spanish for witch.
I think so. I
could be wrong.
So what it does is the 3 of them, and by the way, I have to say the Chupacabra is adorable. He's like 7 feet tall, and he's just so nice. He's so nice. It's very rude on how nice he is. He's just like, we're here for you. We could do this. It starts off with the 3 of them trying to help a possessed boy who's possessed by a demon. And like, they're just like, oh, we could save him. We could save him. And then, you know, the werecoyote, she's like, bro, no, let's take him out and be done with it. I'm just going to eat him a little bit. And then the Bruja is like, I'm going to try plan B. And they're like, no, not plan B. And then she takes the demon into her. And then they take the kid off to be like, okay. And then she's like in her mind, like chit-chatting with the demon. And the demon's like, you will not hold me. And she's like, oh my God, you're so boring. And then he's like, I am a Duke of Hell. She just starts yawning at him. And he's like, did you just yawn at me? She's like, yeah, because you're basic.
Did she literally say you're basic?
Yes.
That's awesome.
She said, you're boring and you're basic. And I was like, oh, okay. Hey, Kenneth. And that was literally just like the first like 5 pages.
Nice.
And so she's like, okay, well, he's like, look, she's like, I'm gonna send you back to hell. Like I got the power. You're going away. And then he's like, no, it's falling apart. It's so bad. I had to get out of there. They were gonna take me out. I don't want to go back. No. And I was like, oh my gosh, chill, bro. And that's how she was too. She's like, bro, fine, I will put you in something. And he's like, okay. And then she pops like into like the surface her, and her friends are like, oh my gosh, are you okay? What are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm making a deal. I'm like, don't make a deal. Demons lie. And she's gone. And then the next thing, you know, they're like, oh, she's like, hey, get me a thing to put him in. And they have this like broken little statue that he was in. That was like a creepy doll that the mom got for her kiddo at a weird auction.
Oh, that sounds not cursed. Sounds totally
It
fine.
even looked cursed. Like, it looked like an ancient artifact that you should not mess with. Like, guys, my dudes, if something be looking ancient, put it back!
put it back at the garage sale where you picked it up from. Be
Put that thing back where you found
this
it, or
is
so
still
help
your
me.
problem.
Yes, like if you are archaeologists and you see things and you're like, oh, that's a cool thing, take a picture of it and then put it back. So need no more curses. Put it back. The word Bruja reminds me of heavy metal called the. Oh, okay.
Oh, and to answer your question, Bruja, yes, a Spanish word. It is a Spanish word.
There was a lot of Spanish words in this, so it went back and forth with Spanish and English. I don't speak Spanish in the slightest. I think I can maybe count to 10. No, I can count to 5. For sure, I can count to 5 in Spanish.
Pico de gallo.
Is that Spanish or is that just what it's called?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it still is.
But yeah, so I don't know Spanish, and getting to read this kind of it going back and forth with English, you could still understand it completely, and it was cool because I feel like I should have probably picked up a couple of those Spanish words. But they were Banshee. I did not Banshee.
Well, you know, one day the owl will come for you and tell you, hey, you need to only 5 minutes a day. You'll be able to speak Spanish. That great owl. Oh my God. Just always bugging you in the emails. And it's like, dude, I don't have 5 minutes today. Maybe tomorrow.
I don't have 5 minutes today.
Maybe tomorrow.
You quiero Taco Bell? Yeah. Is that what it is? Yeah. I know that means something Taco Bell. Does that mean I want Taco Bell? Speak to me in French or Russian. I've got you.
Just something Taco Bell.
Something Taco Bell.
Gosh.
Okay, so and then while this is happening, there's like this weird like dude like watching, and you're just like, my bro, what is with the creepiness instead of saving the children's? Save the children's! And then he goes back to his priest dude, who's like, so he's actually a priest, and he goes to like a carnival in a church, and it just escalates like, oh my gosh, like, okay, so let me set up this one page of panels for you guys. So he walks in and he's like, oh, there's another witch left. I didn't take her out. I couldn't take her out. She's too strong. She's being trained by another witch. And then the dude's like, okay, we'll take this. So the dude takes the thing and like he unbuttons his shirt and the cardinal stabs him with it. And then a thing shows up and then he's like glowing a little bit in the eyes. And then he walks up to Abuela, which means grandma. I do know that one, which means grandma, who like the two of them go to the museum to see the new artifacts, which put back at the back.
Take them
back. One of the other members is the guitarist from Fear Factory. His name is Dino. Oh, cool. Nice. Learn this stuff every day. Anywho, so like, oh my god. So the priest comes up and he's like, come here, witch. And grandma's like, run, granddaughter. And granddaughter's like, Abuela, no. And then Abuela is just like taken out. And that sends her on the path to kind of take over some of the things that Abuela was taking care of, including this like, I forget what they're called. Does anybody remember what the other side creatures were called in Coco?
Oh, God.
Like the big cats with the wings and the really cool things, right? She had a frog. And then she's just like, Mr. Frog Dude, what do I do? And the frog just like whacks her with his tongue. She's like, what the heck? I'm sorry. I don't know what to do anymore. And then she's like, oh, I need to go find Abuela's stuff. And she's like looking around. And then she finds it under the bed. And then the frog's like, no, ribbit. She's so sad. It was great. I actually super enjoyed this. This was probably my pick of the week. And just, also, the frog still being alive kind of cued her that in the spirit realm, Abuela was still alive. And that also cued the priest that was after her that Abuela was still alive. So what does he do? He goes to the cardinal. What does the cardinal do? Takes an injection, goes to the thing, injection with something, then takes a full-on stake and stabs him.
That sounds like a cardinal sin. I'll be here today.
Like Toad from X-Men? Yes. A chimera? I don't know. Is that what they're called? I don't know. I can't see this. Alabria? I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry for anybody out there. Where's all my peoples who know these things? I feel terrible. But so also what's happening as soon as Willa passed over to the spirit realm, like the things that she was controlling was kind of like the passages of like between, hell and earth and the spirit realms and all of that. And those were just opening up, calling to her, and like, we can give you great power. You just got to sacrifice. And at the same time, her two friends are there just being like, we love you and we're here for you. We're sorry about your Willa. We loved her too. We were like family. She's like, oh, just a sacrifice, you say? Just a sacrifice, you say? And then she has to, like, her friends have to talk her into not sacrificing them because grief does crazy things.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so she sacrifices something else, a demon from the beginning. Oh. She goes and releases him, but with like a giant pentagram, and not really a pentagram, like other symbols on the ground. And he's like, you think this will hold me? Wait, why can't I get out? Why can't I get out? And she walks in. He's like, now I'm going to rip you to shreds. She's like, try me. And she takes the little skull dude that she's like been holding and just like, he eats the demon. Yum, nom, noms. And it's like, man, all power comes with a price. All power comes with a price. Even if she is sacrificing something else. Are you talking about Pepieta? If you are, Pepieta. Is that what it is? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm
completely lost.
If you ask me anything about Gaelic folklore, I got you down there.
Over there.
I should be better at this. Yeah. Jenna, show up. What's up? So that is. I really liked this book. It was my book pick of the week, and it's volume 1, and it's $20, and it's from Oni Press. So yeah, that was really good.
It was fun.
It was really good. Okay, so you read something digitally today, didn't you?
I read 2 things digitally, actually.
Okay, so tell us.
Okay, so this one I don't have a physical thing for, so here's the back of my notebook.
It's beautiful.
I took notes. It's called the Harrower. Harrower. Yep, there you go. And it's from Boom.
What kind of word is that?
It's English, maybe.
Harrower.
Like arrow, but with an H and an Harrower.
Harrower.
Yes.
I don't like this word. Continue.
That new comic from Boom.
Let's hear about it.
Okay.
That's a great cat. Thanks, Coco. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so as with tradition of everything spooky, Halloween night. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Halloween night, nothing bad happens on Halloween night. But it looks like the Harrower is supposed to come on Halloween night, and it seems like, from what I'm gathering, it might be like a spirit of vengeance, but maybe you have to call upon it specifically.
That sounds rude.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I mean, that's how it happens. But it seems like a lot of kids these days, they're like, oh, whatever, that's like a dumb legend. Like, that's not real. Like, you believe in it when you're a little kid. It's like the boogeyman.
Like Candyman.
Yeah, then you might have an interest in it, but you don't actually believe in it. But it seems like there are people that definitely still believe in it. The cops in the town are like, dude, it's Halloween night. Like, this is going to be bad.
Shut this down.
And it seems like we're focusing on a group of kids, and one of them lost their brother in a car accident.
Aww.
And then one of them, there was another kid in the car accident, but he survived, and he's kind of mean to the group of kids. Like, he's probably suffering from grief, maybe other stuff. It seems like they don't get along. It's possible that they blame him. Who knows? But the one that was sorry. So the kid that died, his sibling, his sister, she's at home. Her parents are supposed to go to some gala, and
Why should a gala on Halloween? You know that's coming.
It seems like it might have something to do with this.
Oh.
But so she's talking to her mom, who's in her late son's room, and they're talking, and the mom's like, "It's all my fault," and it's just like, "What? It's not your fault. It was an accident."
Yeah.
No, it's all my fault. And she seems like she's about to say something, and then the dad's like, "Hey, honey, we gotta go."
Super twisty, no spoilers.
Yeah. I don't think I'm spoiling anything. But my main takeaway from this is that it seems like, from what I'm gathering, maybe the mom maybe did a little thing. It's not. I feel like it's really heavily implied. Like maybe if you call upon the Harrower, or the Harrower, then you have to maybe give up something. Kind of like a monkey's paw type thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm gathering from it.
Rude.
I think you can probably pick that up very quickly reading it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where it's going to go.
What did she get that it involved her to pay for it with her son's life?
Who knows? That's the thing. It's like, well, what's that important to you? But also, was that made clear to you that maybe you have to give that up?
Ooh, like Pumpkin.
My dog?
No, like Pumpkin, the comic we just read.
Oh.
No.
Okay, got you. Sorry, my dog's name is Pumpkin. I was very confused.
Like my dog.
Yeah.
And that will be the TikTok video.
Yeah. But yeah. It seems like there's probably a really deep story that's going into this and lots of twists and turns. I'm excited for the second issue.
Nice.
And I like the art in it.
All right, so my last book for the day, we both got to read. Red Goblin #1. So at this point in the story, we have Harry is dead. Norman Osborn has turned good and given up the life of all the things because Sin Eater came and shot him. Things sins come out. I am good now. And now we have... So now we have Normie, who is Norman's grandson and Harry's son, and Harry has passed away. So it's just him and his half-brother and his mom living together. And what does he do? What does Normie do? What does Normie do? Oh, what does Normie do? Hold on. Normie. That's right. Fire bat. Okay. So Normie comes up to he has a friend. He's now friends with Brock, who is the son of the original guy who had Venom Brock. This is the second Brock who has Venom. Gives him a little bit of symbiote. Just a little bitty baby symbiote. Just a little puppy. Just like a little puppy symbiote. Who he Rascal. Named Rascal. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Named him Rascal.
Little Rascal.
Just a little rascal. And he goes out to clean up his Pop's mess. You know, Norman Osborn when he was Green Goblin. So he comes across these Goblin Nation, which was what Norman Osborn did when he was trying to run a street gang. He thought he disbanded them. They, in fact, did not disband it, and they are now stronger than ever. And they're coming up from the sewers, all dressed in like green,
full Goblin.
Full Goblin, rude. And anyways, so Normie is now doing all the vigilante things, and he has his Halloween costume, Green Goblin mask on. And then whenever he's going after people or trying to defend people, Rascal, the adorable little puppy, just envelops him to be his symbiote. And there's only two things that this symbiote is scared of. Two things alone. One is fire, because fire is bad. All symbiotes are afraid of fire. And mom. The mom. They're just oh, it's mom, I better hide. Rascal. We did mom. I'm Rascal Fury.
Oh, actually, speaking of Cookie, he does love candy.
He loves candy. Literally gets over his fear of fire to go eat a piece of candy.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Ooh, a piece of candy. And then Normie actually ends up in jail because he crawled into a building and ate all the candy.
But it's fine.
It's fine. The owner didn't press charges because Norman does what Norman does. He now owns 2 bodegas. Oh my goodness. But yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun. The Goblin Nation people that were there go back to their leader and all it was Norman! Norman's back! Look at this giant green one. Remember when Carnage had Goblin? He's back! And the dude's oh, bring him to me. And it's this huge misunderstanding because nobody knows what Normie is doing, and it's just this big fight. Norman, even in human form, is just beating these guys to a pulp at this gala. Just leave me alone. When can I just be rid of you? Ha! And it's literally taking on this army of explanation. Just in full human. Just like, I'm so sick of this. Leave me alone.
Just a couple of hobgoblins.
Oh. So I'm actually excited to see kind of where it goes next.
I want to see more puppy development.
I want to see more rascal puppy development. Yes. Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, honestly, I think I blanked out with puppy loves candy. It's like, oh, okay. I'm happy with this. I'll read whatever you tell me to read now.
Oh, yeah.
As long as it's got a puppy in it. Even if it's a
symbiote.
Yeah.
A symbiote named Rascal. That was a little gift.
Puppy? It's a puppy.
It's a puppy. He acts like a puppy too. He's like, "Can I eat them?" And as he's going to eat the dude's head, he sees candy. And he's like, "Oh, okay." Just like throws a dude. Like, nom 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 nom. I was on fire, but candy. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah.
Just like that too. With those sound effects. Alex. Yes. Yes, it was. Let me see if I can cover it. That is correct, Jay. Okay. All right, and the last book. Yeah. Did you have anything else you want to say about it?
No, puppy.
Puppy.
That was my final word on it.
Puppy.
My pick of the week because puppy.
Puppy. It's a symbiote puppy.
Symbiote.
She's like a little bitty baby symbiote named Rascal. It's like a little bitty puppy.
And
he's a good rascal.
And my last one, I also didn't have a physical copy for. It's called Space Jobs. It's from Dark Horse. It has a very there we go. It has a very workplace comedy sitcom type thing. I'm certain that's what they were going for. But it starts off with this dude who was the assistant chef, and he got put in for like a promotion because he's done the time. So he gets promoted to first officer. Because that's the natural progression of things.
But of course,
you go to culinary school, you get promoted to first officer. I was thinking of Office Space, not The Office.
Oh, okay. Office Space.
Yeah, I got more of an Office Space feeling because it's like, well, let me get to it.
Okay.
But this dude
kind of looks like IT Crowd to me.
It could be. Okay. It could be a little bit of all those things.
Oh, okay.
But this character is immediately unlikable because he's talking about like, oh, I'm gonna get an assistant, and I mean she's gonna be young and hot and this is what I get for being first officer. Heck yeah. But then he goes to do his job and he loses immediately.
Oh my god!
Because of his arrogance and because no one told him that the chair was broken. And that's how the first officer, the previous first officer died.
So he got his promotion because the previous dude died from a broken chair.
I mean, essentially. Or at least that's why he was going up to this one particular ship. Yeah.
I want to know that chair debacle now. How did a chair break a dude? Like, how? I don't want to know anymore. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, just
a lot of really bad ways just popped in my head.
Explosion, piece of plastic with the head. But then the captain...
Not a breaking chair!
They told him... Well, they didn't tell him to not press a button. But it's fine.
Oh my god.
But, typical workplace problems. So the captain comes out and he's like, what's up with him? And they're like, he's dead. And he's like, oh, well, figure it out. And be creative. Figure it out. He's still a first officer. So the boss is also obviously unlikable. Incompetent at best. That would be putting it nicely.
Oh my god.
Very ridiculous. But the operations officer begins like he wants to get off the ship. He knows that this is a sinking ship in a way, and that the job's just bad, and he wants something else, something better. And you're learning about each character, every crew member on the ship through like you know how like they would do like captain logs.
Yeah.
Right? They're doing that sort of thing, like officer report, daily logs, stuff like that. So you're learning a little bit behind the scenes, and it ends with a like, oh, I kind of really want to see where this one's going because it's like, person's log. I'm not this person.
What?
And it's ended.
Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, I'm not this actual person. Bye.
Yeah. So I'm excited to read the second one because I want to see where this is going.
It would be kind of like if you were like, Hi, I'm not Jenna. Bye. That's pretty much how the story is.
It wouldn't be like if I did that because I would be correct. But yeah, I like it. It definitely gives workplace comedy, but like, oh man, I'm gonna burn up the building. I need to get out of this job.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It seems fun.
That does seem like a lot of fun.
I'm really excited for it.
So that was the books that we got to read for this week.
Yeah.
Make sure to stick around, everybody, because we are on our drive to 1,500 subscribers over on YouTube, where once we hit that 1,500, we will be giving away 10 $100 CGC books across all of our shows. So definitely make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. There is something around here somewhere.
I'm subscribed to YouTube. Am I eligible?
15. Oh, I'm sorry, 15. If you watch the shows and you're subscribed, you're eligible.
Oh, cool.
Legible?
Eligible. Close enough.
15. Thank you, Mr. Producer. So yeah, and each one of them will be worth $100. As long as you're watching all of your favorite shows, you won't miss a chance to get yours. So make sure you hit subscribe, hit that bell, make sure to like us and share us.
Smash that like button.
And share it, and please let all of your friends know, because we all like to hang out here.
Yeah.
I think I like to hang out here with you guys.
Yeah. I mean,
Alfie does.
That's all right.
All right, guys. We want to thank you so much for joining us. We've been the Space Cadets, and this has been Minute to Skim It.
And if you want, you can also purchase some of these books on the new book show on the CBSN.
Yes, right after this CBSN. Except for there's another show right here on the Experience as well.
There's loads of shows.
There's all the shows.
All the time.
All of them. G Burns. Only 15 left? Yes. Just agree with her. You're still...
Me? Am I still alive?
Are we?
I think I am.
I don't know. I think we're kind of ghosts at this point.
I prefer a demon.
Oh, okay.
Demonic spirit?
What the hell am I?
See, look it up. Poltergeist. Big
noise. Oh my gosh. So, guys, we'll see you guys next time. I think Thursday is our next show over here on the Experience for What's in the Box.
And Space Cadets.
I can't remember what this week's episode is about. 15 $100 slabs. Thank you. All right, guys. Bye.